Man, y'all thought me teaching the children about me being poly was crazy. But not only that, but they also know that I'm gender fluid. At one point last year, I had explained to them that I was not Miss Lois or Mr. Lois. It's just Lois because I'm not a boy or a girl. And this was all well and good until October, when I also explained to them that I'm pagan, so I am also a witch. And at one point, I had gotten a haircut, and I gotten the sides of my mohawk shaved down. And I come into work, and one of the children goes, "Lois, are you a boy? You have short hair." And his sister goes, "No, Lois is a girl." And a third child, who's my favorite, suddenly yells, "No, guys, we've been over this. Lois isn't a boy or a girl. Lois is a witch. Duh."
I just really want to know what parent is dropping their kid off at school with that teacher, that woman, and going, "Yeah, this is the person I want to teach my kid." Not a person who identifies as a woman or a man, and won't allow my child to call her Miss or Mr., but will allow my child to refer to her as witch. This person, this woman, she is a woman, Lois, is dangerous to children. She is a threat to our children. She should not be allowed around children. She's clearly mentally ill. And apparently she was in the comments of one video saying that the school completely backs her. And I know the answer for many people is to say, well, homeschool. And that's great. I hope that if you can, you do. I hope that if you are able to put your kids in private school, you do. I hope that there is a massive exodus from public schools. But we also have to have solutions for families. The reality is that many families cannot homeschool. Many families should not homeschool. They don't have the resources. They don't have the ability to homeschool. And so we do have to support those families who can't. And so, I think that we do have to do a better job of supporting private schools. Maybe your kids are out of that, that school-aged period. I can tell you that when our kids are out of that time, which will be in, 50 years, when our kids are no longer in school, we will be the people that are giving donations to private schools to help fund the education of other children to be able to receive good Christian private school education. So maybe that's something that you could do if your kids are already past the point of schooling. Maybe that's a donation that you could make. Give a donation to a great Christian private school to help fund scholarship programs for other kids to be able to go. And, for those who are in public schools, we need parents to continue to fight. We can't just say, this is terrible, this is awful. Parents, wherever this school is, I wish I knew where it was, we need to be activated. We need to be making phone calls. If I knew where that school was, I would be telling all of you to make phone calls to that school. We need to be raising hell at these schools where they are allowing these perverted, mentally ill teachers to have access to our children. We need to keep making phone calls. We need to keep raising a fuss until we're able to weed these perverts out of children's schools. And maybe then school districts will realize they have got to keep these people away from our children, because the school districts are in large part responsible for this as well. So we can't just turn a blind eye and say, well, we're homeschooling our kids, we're putting our kids in private school, so it's not a problem anymore. These children that are still at these public schools, they are our problem too. We are our brother's keepers. these little children are innocent. We need to be standing up and protecting them too. So those are just a few ways that we can continue to be involved as parents, even if we have children not at the public school. So I encourage you, be on the lookout. If somebody does find out where this woman works, please drop it in the comments so that we can get involved. We can start making phone calls. We've got to stand up for these poor children that are being subjected to really these demonic, some demonic teachers inside of these schools.